It was shocking.
The next day, August 4th, 1999, the state called its key witness, John Gonzalez, Frank Pauline's half-brother.
Say, what should I do with the beef? Put it put it in the thing and put some on there and I get that rice, right?
Yeah, do that.
Oh, man, shit, my back is
Ian was biting her breast and all kind of sick stuff. He said that Ian was like he was possessed or something, and that they were scared. When Ian was raping a girl and beating her up, she was begging them not to, to stop her and please, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Gonzalez said nothing about urging his half-brother to lie and take credit for Ireland's murder so that he, Gonzalez, might win a deal in his pending drug case.
I believe it was a powerful piece of testimony for the reason that he was Frank Pauline's brother. For a family member to provide this type of testimony, I think was very, very compelling.
Upon cross-examination, the defense noted Gonzalez had indeed secured a deal on his drug case. The fact the defense would add weight to Pauline's false confession letters. The state's last witness was Detective Steve Palermo. For 3 days, he testified about his 7-year investigation, including Frank Pauline's initial confession.
Frank had admitted being in the company of Ian and Sean Schweitzer, and that Frank Pauline had witnessed everything that had happened.
2 weeks into the trial, defense attorney Cliff Hutz began presenting his case. His most anticipated witness, the defendant, Frank Pauline.
Did you murder or rape Dana? No, I didn't.
Pauline repeated his story that he made up the confession to help his brother beat a drug charge. In exchange, Pauline said his brother had offered to help him pay a large prison debt.
Make a story up, help you, help myself, before I end up getting killed. Oh my God, you know what I mean? But yet I was kind of scared, but I told him, whatever, you know what I mean? What you let me do? He said, just keep watching that, whenever they talk about the case.
You weren't there,
No,
so you don't know for a fact.
no.
You just heard the story.
I was young and stupid, but
Young and stupid, he's still young and stupid, bitch. To do that to a girl.
When I call my friends and stuff, like whatever information they get, we putting things together.
On cross, the state attempted to discredit Pauline's claims.
Yeah, there used to be a gang on 37th and Halsey called
the truth now.
37 Hawaiians.
He was lying before.
They had sweaters and shit. That was all Hawaiian people, man.
Oh shit.
You need this jury
There was no punk either.
that you're just a liar,
Couple of them was playing football. Big
that
motherfuckers.
you are a murderer.
They were scared of us.
Okay, anybody believes me, the main thing is speaking the truth. That's all I care about.
The defense also called on DNA expert Dr. Edward Blake. Blake's job? To highlight the state's
That's
lack
America.
of
That's the
forensic
states from America, so. They fucked up.
The only demonstrable physical evidence that relates to the assailant in this case is the sperm evidence.
Oh, yeah.
And that sperm
Oh, they got him with that.
Frank Pauline.
You can't fucking run from that shit.
The state sought to counter Blake's findings by suggesting that there could have been an unknown fourth attacker, never named by Pauline or the Schweitzers. To Dr. Blake, that sounded like a stretch.
In order to believe the state's theory of this case, one has to believe that while Frank Pauline is pointing his finger at the Schweitzer brothers, and while the Schweitzer brothers are pointing their finger at Frank Pauline, they just have to forget about the one individual that they were allegedly at the crime scene with who raped Dana Ireland. That scenario on its face is preposterous.
After 5 weeks, the case went to the jury. Forewoman Lisa Kaneshiro says that even though the forensic evidence favored the defense, she and her fellow jurors decided to look beyond it.
Even though these 3 young men have yet.